Hi, folks, and welcome to one of the big occasions on the college football calendar. Two teams that have earned their right to play for the championship of the ACC. Think about all the playoff and national championship dreams that have been launched from this stadium. This is a matchup we've all been waiting for. Two teams ranked in the top 5, battling for a precious conference title, but also pointing to something even bigger, the college football playoff. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country. A squad here today looking to put on a show. Taking on the number 1 team in the land. A squad that's looking to put on a show. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Kickoff team out there getting ready, and this is it, the battle for the conference championship trophy. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Looking out throwing here to start the drive. The receiver makes the grab. Tackle at the 35, good enough for a first down. The tackle made, but the sophomore quarterback showing us the arm strength.
Well, when you sit back and play zone defense like this, what you allow is your defense to have eyes on the football. Here, they give up the catch, but you can see how they rally to the football. There's just nowhere to go for this slot receiver.
Here's a shot toward the right sideline. And it's intercepted as he threw it into heavy traffic that time. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Chris, you have all week to kind of find the matchups that you want. They clearly wanted to go after this defensive back. They looked at it, first drive of the game. They make the throw. It's just a poor decision, in my opinion, by this quarterback, and it cost him.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They're going to run it. They've got him, but not before he makes a first down at the 41.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. And the single back takes the handoff. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Looks over the middle, and that's complete. This offense picks up the first down. They tackle him at the 44.
Chris, with this style of RPO, the quarterback has to do a really good job of staying on that ride with the running back to make sure that the defense is really up against the run before he can pull it out and throw the football. Here, it's a little further downfield, but the same result as far as the potential and the big gain coming off of an RPO.
Talking about quickness, that play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
Handoff heading left. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. And they finally tackle him down after one big gain on the pitch and catch.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
After the big gainer, suddenly a great chance to score. First and goal from the 3. And the quarterback will just sneak it here. Let's see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. The call is a quarterback sneak.
Nice safe call here for the touchdown. The quarterback does a nice job of just kind of waiting to find the crease behind that centering guard. Found it, got low, and found the end zone.
And the BAT makes it 7-0 to open score. Now they get set to kick it away. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. They go with a direct snap. And they'll stop him after a short gain.
Defense does a really nice job here being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at second down, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of the first down.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on their ball attacking you downhill. When offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
And the gain just good enough for a first down.
Well, when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. He's found some room at the 45. Tackled, but not before picking up big yards and a first down. Defense couldn't stop the option that time. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. No pin and pull there on the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down. Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
Catch made across the middle by the running back. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now.
Chris, I love the versatility of this running back. We're seeing what he can do on full display on this drive. He's been running the football very well. This time, they get him the ball out of the backfield, catching it, and he gets another positive gain.
Takes the handoff and tests the left side.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
And the point after is right down the middle. Getting set to kick the ball off now. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Here comes a handoff. Moves the ball up to the 30.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. A handoff to the back. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
It's a ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Receiver makes the catch. Tackle made at the 41. It's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50.
Well, that's exactly how you dice up a zone coverage. Nice throw downfield here on third down, and a really good route to give the quarterback a chance to make that play.
Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down to the 47.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
It's a solid run. Gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs. And the wideout goes in motion. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
And the running back takes the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they run it right into a blitz. That linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Got a lane. Can he get in?
This is such a well-designed play here, Chris. The offensive line opens things up initially, but you can see the speed of the back and the effort by the receivers not to be selfish. These guys are blocking downfield. That's why he got that ball to the end zone.
See if they can convert the point after. The PAT is good. They go up a touchdown, 14-7. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. That's a deep kickoff, hammered out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the first play of the drive coming up here, under 3 minutes to play before half. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Catch hauled in here over the middle. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
He'll earn the first down, but paid for it with a hard hit. That's the 2-minute warning here before halftime as the offense tries to cut into this lead.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And they'll go right back to him on first down. Defense makes the tackle on the ball carrier.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Second down after that previous play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. And it's complete downfield. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
It's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain.
Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right, and then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain in the first down.
And the pass is incomplete. He dropped the first down attempt here across the middle.
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Misses the receiver, incomplete. So now it's third and short from the 23. Potential four-down territory. Let's see what the third down call is. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for the wide out. And it's intercepted. He stepped in front of that bullet. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Chris, he's just trying to find the hole in his own coverage. But, as you know, those windows can open and close pretty quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So, timing's got to be just right, or you're going to see an interception like this.
So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. On first and 10, looking to throw. Catch is made down the middle. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big game.
Boy, a huge play by this offense. A good throw, a nice, accurate throw. But I think it's the run after the catch that really impresses me. And early in this game, you got to think they're going to continue to go back.
The freshman introducing himself to the quarterback there.
There we go. The defense is able to finally get some pressure on this guy. That's one way to slow him down. He has had one heck of a drive, but this time, give the defense some credit for getting after him.
But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. Third down play for this offense. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. He flips it to the back across the middle. He's got a lane. Can he make the end zone? And he's run out after a big gain. The offense will be set up with a first down and goal.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
The defense backed up against their own end zone. Oh, it's snapped to the back. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fits. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
2nd and goal for the offense. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Couldn't quite get there, brought down at the 2. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. Just time enough for one more play in the half. Here's a run call on 3rd and goal. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Now the offense will spend a timeout here. Want to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up. So just before halftime here, out comes the field goal unit. This is going to be a 21-yard chip shot. And it's good right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And they'll kick it away now to get this 3rd quarter underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Good enough for a fresh set of downs. They'll spot the ball at the 40.
I understand the concept of bringing the blitz, and you hope that it gets home. But if you don't, you leave your corner in man-to-man situation against this wide receiver. That is a tough ask for this corner, and he's going to lose that battle more often than not.
Fires it to the wideout. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. And the PAT puts them up 17 now. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Fielded near the end line. He's going to come out with it. Tackled at the 5-yard line. The coverage team makes him pay for that decision. So it's 1st and 10 inside the 5. How does the coaching staff play this? Do they run the ball to get some breathing room, or will they trust the QB and be? And the result is going to be a safety.
Boy, great defense right here. That is diagnosing the screenplay. You see how that defender chased it down, earns his team 2 points? He just saw it coming from the snap.
Kickoff team out there to boot it away after giving up the safety. No fair catch, looking to return this punt. And they bring him down to the 32 after a solid return. And the offense trots back onto the field here. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. And here comes a deep shot. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Archie taught on defense, Kirk, don't let him throw the football over your head. Exactly what happened there.
That makes me really wonder if it was some kind of miscommunication. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I pull my defensive backs over, make sure everybody's on the same page and getting the right call.
And the point after is good. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Direct snap to the back. Oh, and he fumbles. Looks like the defense has it.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on the ball? And they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
Heads-up move by the head coach using that challenge. Officials will reverse the call on the field after taking a closer look. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Here's the option play. The back's got it on the pitch.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
First down and 10 now. Quick pass, the catch is made. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
A gain makes it second and medium.
Here we go.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. Fights through the tackle. They tackle him, but the game moves the ball to the 36.
Coaches told us in pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on third and long. The back's got it.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
The offense trailing here in the second half. This is a crucial fourth down try. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. And it's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Great defensive play on fourth down.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this fourth down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
First down here for this offense. They go with a direct snap. The pickup is 7 yards. Now it's second and 3.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Quick throw to his receiver. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here, third and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes. Just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this fourth and short.
It's an option look. And they finally get him down, but the quarterback keeper there picks up a big chunk and a first down.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
There's the handoff. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Tailback takes the handoff again. Well, they've got him behind the line. It's a tackle for loss to wrap up the 3rd quarter. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on 3rd down.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Dropping back. They're going to throw for the 1st down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And that big gain moves the ball across midfield all the way to about the 36.
You know, they've got a lead here late in the game, and the play calling, I think, shows you how much confidence they have in this quarterback. He's had a pretty clean game today, and this decision to still throw the ball with the lead shows you that they believe he's going to make the right decisions and make accurate throws.
They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big gain.
Chris, another accurate throw by this quarterback, and this guy has just been on fire all game long, over 200 yards passing, but more importantly, making great decisions for this offense and put them in a position to win this game.
This passing game is on fire. The quarterback cannot be stopped. With the conference championship on the line, he's delivering.
Yeah, he's in sync right now with his wide receivers, but man, my attention seems to be more on the defense. What in the world are they thinking? You can't just allow this quarterback to sit back there and throw. You've got to be able to put pressure on him, or he's going to continue to throw touchdown after touchdown.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackle at the 7-yard line. That's good coverage, but a bad decision to bring it out. The offense with poor field position, backed up inside their own 10.
325.
They'll test the right side here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Chris, you know me. I love to see defensive backs and especially corners that are willing to come up and get physical against the run game. What a job of making that play in space. No gain because of the play of that corner.
Looking for his big tight end. And he's got it. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
And the junior able to get home with the sack.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
Second down now after the sack. And he'll set up to throw. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down.
Hey, there's the execution that's been lacking most of this game, but they'll take it. You know, you try to do everything that you can to learn and try to build for the future. And at this point in the game, it's obviously over, but you love this.
Down he goes, a sack.
It is a sack party out there for this defense. Everything going their way. You know that this offense is going to try to throw the football down by such a big margin late in the game, and this defensive line is bringing the heat. They come up with another sack.
He's running out of time here. And it's incomplete under heavy pressure. A big fourth down stop.
Well, that'll do it, Chris. This defense has played well the entire game. It's very fitting here on this fourth down play in the fourth quarter. Under 2 minutes to go. They step up again. give them the game ball.
And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
That's the mark of a well-coached team. These guys don't even pay attention to the score. They're just out there executing and churning up yards. Good, solid run there. As this clock continues to wind down, this offense has had a great day.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here.
Let's face it, we all want a team full of guys that can just make big plays and first downs and touchdowns. But you know what? You got to have a big man. You can just turn it to him and hand him the ball, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
And I just love that this defense is not giving up on this first and goal. They attacked. They got through. They got penetration. Nice job of being able to keep them out of the end zone.
Looking to score with a run to the right.
So much about speculation on whether or not they're going to kick a field goal or go for a touchdown. They put this ball into the end zone, and they put this game out of reach. What a job by this team and by this offense.
And now the try here for the extra point. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. Here's the kickoff team now, set to root this one away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain. A late timeout taken, just 4 seconds on the clock. Gain on the first play moves him to the 43. It'll be first down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. That's the 3rd pick tonight thrown by this QB. Going the other way, can they catch him? And on that takeaway, the final